about as close as it gets. So what went into that performance for you guys today against that opponent?
Yeah, really proud of the effort. I mean, really proud of, again, I know I mentioned it after the Georgia game, the defensive staff, the work that they've put in. Would really like to single out sort of Chris Collins, to come in this game and, be a little bit shorthanded out there and to play as well as they did. JQ and DJ and Terrion Nickel, all those guys that got in the game. I mean, it was a huge, big group effort. I mean, JQ's forced fumble, I think that one changed the game right there. So overall, I thought all the guys, they played hard, they strained. That's what we asked. We knew that the tempo right off the jump. They get 10 of their 17 on the first drive of each half. And the one touchdown I'd like to take back. I mean, we brought a lot of pressure on that fourth down, and they got us. But man, it's a huge win. I feel great. So
you mentioned JQ's turnover. How big was it for him to come back after giving up a 40-yard gash 2 plays prior?
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're going to make plays, and that's what we told those guys. Hey, next play mentality. Come on, play ball, hitch tackle. We knew the hitch tackle was going to be a huge deal today. They're going to take those RPO hitches on the outside edges, and I thought the guys, they did a great job. They never flinched. That was a big thing, Coach. It was like, hey, just don't flinch. And even on the fourth down, there at the end of the game, they throw it up. I mean, I think 1 of 10 on third, but they were 2 of 2 on fourth. Those are two that we got to find a way to get off the field. Give up a touchdown and one that could seal it. So, but they didn't flinch. They went back up there. They freaking played ball. Right, they're right there into field goal range. They go 1, 2, 3, and then finally get a kicker to miss for the first time, and I can't even remember. So.
Mark said he told you before the kick, like, we're due one.
Yeah, the coach looked at me. He just looked right at me. We were talking to each other. He goes, "We are due one." I said, "Oh, I know. Yeah, we say that every time, and then they make it." So, I guess the odds are, one of those times they're going to miss. And I mean, man, what a great feeling.
But what are you telling your unit right before that last drive? I mean, you just scored on a touchdown fumble recovered. It feels like that was the moment. Did you sense that on your guys? Like, as good as you all had played, this was the one that you were going to cash the game?
You know what? There was never, until that ball missed, there was never sort of that moment. We knew this thing was going to be, into a 2-minute drill. We had complete confidence in the offense. Man, what a play on fourth down by them. Great throw, great catch. So, no, we knew it was going to come down to it. Excuse me. And thank you. And again, proud of the guys. They just had to, make the plays that were there to be made. I thought our route matchups were really, really good. They had some really, really tough concepts, and our guys handled them well. And so,
Brad, your pass rush, you seem to affect the Dart, especially in the first half. How much of that too was Dion in the game that he played?
Yeah, I thought those guys inside, they had a big task because and you saw it when we knew it coming out of halftime. We say, hey, listen, they're going to go try to reestablish the run game. There wasn't much of it in the first half, and they did. And so now you're sitting there. It's hard, to defend the run. It takes a lot of energy, and then all of a sudden, in a lot of games, you can sub in and out. With that kind of pace, you can't get guys in and out. So they're having to now convert to pass, and they're big bodies up there leaning on you. And so I thought, at times, we did a nice job. I thought there were some other times that could have had a little bit more, again, but they're big bodies and they're getting to the back of your pads. It's hard,
Anything else for Brad?
Brad, when you realized Max was going to play today, did you sense those other corners welcome that challenge, or we're going to respond the way we did?
Yeah, I think all our guys are like that. I think everybody on that defense and in that locker room, offense, defense, special teams, they're in there for a reason. They want to play. They don't want to sit there and be a backup. They understand that there's a development phase and a process to it, and only 11 guys at a time can play. But if they weren't ready for that challenge, or they weren't itching for that opportunity, then they're probably in the wrong locker room.
right, this is offensive coordinator Bush Hamden. Questions for Coach?
Bush on the fourth down pass to Barion. Did you think it was there? Just what went into calling that particular play?
Yeah, I just thought, again, we've talked about this a lot. The number one focus there was protection, and so we just knew we wanted to make sure we protected our edges, had a shot. Again, it looked like a man situation, and it's a throw those two have probably made on their own a lot, and we're super blessed that he made that play.
Barion had gotten the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty not long before that. What does it say about him to come back and make that play?
I think the whole offense, you talk about grit, and I think that's the biggest thing is just we knew we've been battle tested, right? I mean, you look at it and these first 4 or 5 weeks maybe haven't felt exactly how you want it to feel, but you play the number 1 team in the country, you play the number 5 team in the country, and when all's said and done, that South Carolina defense is as talented as we've seen. So again, I think all those factors in the crazy world of college football, stay the course, finish the game exactly how we intended, and I think that was impressive for everybody.
Brock, what does it say, what does it say about Brock to 5 sacks, taking a beating in the run game, and just kind of hang in there and make that throw late to kind of lead you all to a comeback victory? That's who our quarterbacks got to be. You gotta get things done. Sometimes not the prettiest ways, but we're going to have to run the quarterback. I think everybody knows that at this point. And again, just the toughness he's displayed from the day he's been here has been a trait that you either have it or you don't. And so we're super fortunate that he plays the game exactly how it's meant to be played, and nobody probably deserves that one as much as him.
It seems like since that South Carolina game, each week you've had to do some different things and move the ball. How much did you learn about this offense and what your identity is? Like today it was Gavin versus Hampton on running backs. Did you even change that?
Yeah, I think obviously, John, that's our job, is just try to find out the best way for us to be successful. Again, going into this game, we knew it. We almost didn't stick to it in that third quarter, but I think the time of possession was something like 22-8 against the number 1 offense in the country, and that was critical. Again, I think everybody wants to be in those situations where we're throwing it and scoring 50 and all those things, but first and foremost, we knew we had to control the clock against as talented of a team as that was, and we're extremely fortunate to get that one done.
Another 100-yard day for Dane. What's just clicking for him right now?
I just think, as we all know it, we've all been on teams, and when your best players are also your hardest workers, he's an impressive young man, as we know. I mean, we have Tuesday practices are hard, Wednesday practices are hard for you guys being there. You'll see a handful of guys that are still out there after the practice is done and working on their craft, and Dane's one of them. And so I just think it's a typical thing, man, of you put in that work, you practice, you make practice harder for yourself than the game, you start to reap those benefits.
What's the scene of a coach's box when that ball pops in the air on the last touchdown when you're not sure?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I went up, down about 17 times during the course of that game, and so, look, we're super blessed that this week the ball bounced our way, and I hope myself and all of us can enjoy that one together. So,
How satisfying is it that after so much third and fourth down talk on the fourth downs today, you got them all when you needed them?
Yeah, I think it was critical, and again, I wasn't necessarily sure that we hit them all, but it's kudos to coach and let us be aggressive in those situations, and again, big time players in those big time games, and so look, we knew it, whether it was a win, whether it was a loss, we are excited, to certainly have this next week, 10 days to focus on what we got to do to get better. This is a gritty group that's been tested, again, battle tested when you look across the country, and I'm fortunate for them to have been able to get this one and experience that, because we're going to be excited to get back to work on Monday.
Mark said that he felt like you were going to have to steal a possession or two to win this game. And so on that fourth down, there's still a lot of time on the clock. Did you feel like that moment you had to take a shot as opposed to something maybe just sticks or to keep the drive moving?
Yeah, my gut was just, again, with how they played offensively, then on that last drive, we had to go do it, man. You know what I mean? To allow them to get the ball back and have a chance to go get a first down. It was just, again, as you guys know, man, sometimes you got about 7 seconds to make those decisions up there. And again, I'm fortunate it worked out how it did because we know if it did, we'd be asking why we didn't punt it back. So, but we've been through enough of that in the first couple of weeks. So super fortunate.
Coach, is that an important play during the week you saw with Brock going the Dane over the middle? You hit it many times in the first half especially.
Yeah, I think so. It's again, right now we're really thinking protection first with everything. And I really thought those guys did a much better job today in protection in those play action situations, giving Brock time. I think we've certainly self-scouted ourselves and Coach Wolford's doing a great job of, hey, these are the best protections we have based off the hash to get the right guys, where they need to be. And again, all those plays always start up front, and I'm proud of that group.
All right, thank you guys so much.
Appreciate you guys, man.
First quarter, we would have reacted the same type of way, so it happened in the fourth really didn't make us flinch.
How did that locker room celebration rank? All-time locker room celebration.
It was definitely up there. I give it to, I feel like it's up there with Missouri, for sure.
How would you grade Coach's crowd surfing?
It's amazing. It's a battle getting them up there.
Thanks, Alex.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, it just felt really good to be able to come here and finish what we didn't get to finish 2 years ago.
What was the locker room like after finally being able to get that done?
Stoops was in the air. If you can, I'm gonna let y'all know how the locker room was. When you know Stoops in the air, it's a pretty good thing.
What was going through you? I don't know your vantage point of that play, but just going in knowing that you're going to go for it on 4th and 7 there, and then for it to come like that, like just what was going through your mind through that whole sequence there?
The only thing that was going through my mind was somebody needs to make a play right here. I didn't really care who it was as long as that play got made. So as long as that play got made, so it was a pretty good feeling.
How happy were you for Barion to be able to make that play in that moment?
I was super excited. I was just leaning on him, telling him like, bro, like this team feeds off you. Like, keep that energy up, and when that ball's in the air, I know you're gonna make a play. And he just kept telling me like he's got me, so I knew he got me when that ball was in the air.
Dane, how much does meaning this first time in your career you've had back-to-back 100-yard receiving game? You have to know your normal focus of defense.
It's a really good feeling. I'm just super glad that the offense is clicking. I don't really care if it is me. I just really hope the offense just keeps continue to click as long as somebody is making plays. Keep making plays.
Can you take us through how your touchdown unfolded?
Yeah, I knew when the play was called, the play wasn't really intended to go to me, but I think Brock saw me come open a little later in the end zone, and he just threw it to me.
Does it feel like right now that when in doubt, he's gonna get the ball to you?
Me and Brock do have really good chemistry. I don't know if that's his thought, but I'm just glad that he knows that I can make a play if it does come to me.
How have you seen Brock grow from, say, the South Carolina game till now?
Yeah, Brock's just a playmaker. He's a competitor. He wants to continue to grow each and every week. So that's what I know from him. He's gonna come out to practice each and every week ready to practice, and it all starts with practice. So when Brock comes to practice ready to work, everybody else falls behind him.
What does it mean just for you guys to know that, hey, we can't just keep it close. We can actually win games like this against top 10 teams.
100%, yeah. Coach Stoops harps on it all the time. Like, hey, we're not just a pushover team. Like, teams are gonna have to play us. Like, each week, team has us circled on their schedule because they know we're a really good football team, and we just have to keep preparing like we have, and everything else will fall into play.
All right, last one. Anybody?
Dan, you had a lot of catches over the middle, but did you practice it during the week, or was that just this particular game?
Yes, 100%. Coach Bush harps on this all the time. He says practice execution equals game day reality. So we practice, what we do every Saturday is what we practice.
All right, thanks, Dane.
Thank you, guys.
I've got Brock and JQ here.
Just they lined up, they played man, and Barion, obviously one of the best receivers in the country, man-to-man, and just tried to give him a chance, and he did the rest.
What's the feeling when that play call comes in, when you know you're not just going for it, you're taking a shot?
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a couple different options, but it's kind of we had different answers for man or zone. They ended up going man, and pretty much every route except for probably one on that concept is a man beater, and kind of just pick your matchup and just let it fly.
How happy were you for Barion make a big play like that? I know it has probably been the start of one of the season. How happy were for him to make a big play in a big moment?
Oh yeah, really excited for that dude. He's a great kid, great dude in the locker room, good teammate, guy you want on your team in your locker room. And we were able to connect earlier in the game on kind of a little comeback route, like on the hash, and good physical catch. It's just what it takes. SEC games, matchups are going to be tough. They're going to be physical. Not going to have as much space. And I thought our dudes went out there and competed.
Does it feel like right now, when all else fails, if you just throw it to Dane, something good's going to happen?
Yes, sir. A little bit like that. But Dane's definitely been having a great season. Going on, and whenever the opportunity presents itself, that's a one-on-one matchup that we believe's in our favor. But it all goes back to like Barion, Jamori, ABO, those dudes. They're winning one-on-ones. Fred, a good clutch catch, one-on-one matchup. But those dudes just they played their butts off.
What does it say about your team that they get the big touchdown on 4th down, and y'all hadn't moved the ball that well, that you're still able to go back out there and make the plays to win the game?
I think just the word that really comes to mind for me is just resiliency. And those dudes, like with the guys we got on our team, like just you're never really out of the fight with these guys. It all comes down from the coach to the players, and it's just what's conveyed to us is what we're going to convey to each other. And just we knew if we came in here, we executed our game plan like we should. We liked where we'd be sitting in the fourth quarter. Especially with our defense, that's one of the best defenses in the SEC and maybe the nation. But just hats off to those guys, and definitely to Ole Miss too. That's a great football team.
Right, Dane said that he wasn't the primary option on the touchdown to him. Is that right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Can you kind of take us through without revealing anything?
Yeah, absolutely. Crazily enough, so Dingle, the play before, kind of had like a little fake screen, whatever, and he was kind of the guy. And I took a matchup with Dane. I think the ball ended up getting batted down, but Dingle was wide open. And so we came back to the huddle talking about it, stuff like that. So then I was about to be, this is pretty ironic because the next play, like, he's the dude. And so bam, get off of him, get off my second guy, third guy, fourth guy, whatever it was. Kind of just, extending the play. And those guys are going to win. Just put the ball where he can get it. Big dude, went up and made a play.
He had 8 catches total in the first 3 games. He's completed 15 passes to him over the last 2. Have you ever had a comfort level with a receiver like you found with him?
I think the comfort's kind of always been there, but really comfortable with all the guys. But definitely with Dane, it's good, putting that stuff out there in games. Practice is practice. Getting those reps in practice is awesome, but when you see that stuff come to fruition in games, even with Barion, just being able to see him just run past guys. And that was kind of what I was thinking, was just give him a chance, because he's going to go up and get it if it's short. He's going to run under if it's a good ball. But just really all those guys, really proud of how they've been coming on.
Brock, did you have any suggestions on the 4th down play? Do you coach
No, sir. Kind of crazy story. I don't suggest any plays anymore after my sophomore year of high school. I suggested 2 plays to my dad and threw 2 picks. So whatever the coach calls, I run it. That's it.
Brock, you haven't been here for a lot of the near misses this program's had. Given what happened 2 weeks against Georgia, what does it mean just for the future, for the rest of the season, to cash in and not be walking out here saying, oh, we can play close against this?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I think kind of with our team and our team mentality, kind of really however today went, it would just been back to work, and that's what it's going to be next week, just a work week. And hopefully we got some guys banged up, being able to get those guys back, stuff like that. And but it's going to be a work week. We knew whatever happened today, we were going to go in there, we're going to leave it all on the field. It was going to be a hostile environment, but it's always good to get another win in the win column. And at the end of the day, that's what we were talking about, and he said something about stats or something. I said, dude, that's good, whatever, all that. I said, I care about the tick in the win column, and it's awesome to see that. And the game could have gone either way, and really glad that it went in our favor. Kind of like that Georgia game, just a couple plays short, and this game a couple plays up, I would say.
All right, thank you. You said you're going to get back to work on Monday, but how sweet was that victory celebration in the locker room?
Oh, it was awesome. Those guys, they love it. Love them, love Coach Stoops, Coach Hamden. I think everybody got in a little bit, but it's just awesome, seeing all your work come to fruition throughout the week, all those hot fall camp days, stuff like that, seeing all that come together, and our game plan being good.
All right, thanks, Brock. We got
Brock,
JQ.
Max wasn't going to be able to go. What was the talk among the defensive backs coming into this game?
Just next man up. Next man up. We prepare for this moment. We're confident in everybody in our corner room. So, really, Max gave us an extra motivation. He texting us from the hospital telling us, man, just continue to work, continue to do, what we put in the work for. So we really played for Max today, I say that, man. We played for Max and had him in the back of our head, and he was our motivation for sure.
When that drive in the third quarter, you slip and Harris gets a big play. You came right back and you hit a tackle and then forced fumbles. What's going through your head after they make the big play to be able to go back out there and make a couple yourself?
Yeah, man, it's football, man. It's in the SEC, so we competing against some really talented guys. You're going to lose some reps, man, but in my eyes, you got to win more than you lose. So when I feel like I lost that rep, I told myself I got to win one now. And I just got an opportunity the next play and took advantage of it.
JQ, what was your point of emphasis guarding Trey Harris, number 9?
I knew the offense wanted to get the ball to him, man. He's a very talented receiver. So, just kind of anticipating the ball coming my way every play I'm lined up on him, ready for it.
How difficult when they get the big fourth down play there at the end and to be able to hold up there, how tough was it to stay locked in when they make a 40-yard play in the 4th and 11?
Yeah, man, that was a nerve wracker. I'd say, man, we had everything covered, man. He kind of got it slipping or whatever, man. But it was okay. We're cool.
All right.